Hey guys, it's Jalen doing pros and cons episode on Duel Dragons. It was a tie between this and Victory Slash, and honestly, I just said, fuck it, I didn't do Duel Dragons because it's unfair. I did Armor Knights. Armor Knights will get their chance once I can go over the ace shit, if you guys suggest it. Only if you suggest it, I won't do it though. Either way, this is on Duel Dragons. By the way, I am sorry this was not on Monday, like I said. Now, there's two reasons why it wasn't on Monday. One, I had family complications, which is something I really can't control. And two, I didn't really plan to because pros and cons was always on Wednesdays, so there was no reason for me to upload it on Monday. Either way, let me get on to Duel Dragons, pros and cons, but before I even get to that, let's congratulate Hunter Surge on his third place victory at Toronto WCQ. He did it with this very deck. With this very deck. He's the first one. First one in recorded history to win with Duel Dragons. Everything else has been a hybrid or pure Armor Knights before it was EBO2. Ever since EBO2 came out, not a single Armor Knight Ace deck has fucking topped, but Duel Dragons did, and Joel did it. A very close friend of us, Team Burning Infinity. He's a really great guy, really great content. He doesn't have enough content going up right now because of technical issues. If you haven't seen his video, if you aren't subscribed to him, which you should be, if you're subscribed to us, you have to be subscribed to Hunter Surge too. He's just as great as us, or it could even be better. No, I'm kidding. Sorry, Joel. Seriously, I'm going to put a link down below to his channel and to his third place deck profile for Toronto. You guys have to check those out so you can have a better understanding of the Duel Dragon deck than even from my point of view. Even though I like it more than Armor Knights. I love Armor Knights, but I like this deck so much more. Because they've always just been underrated, and now they beat Armor Knights to fucking cake. They took it, they ate it, and they fucking won an event with it. That didn't make much sense. So anyway, let's get on to Duel Dragons pros and cons. Now, I hate to start off with a con, but it's still gauge heavy. Gauge heaviness is always going to be this deck's problem, which they didn't fix properly, I can say. Even though Dimensional Demon Slash is a great card, it's not going to fix the problem with the gauge heaviness. You still got Art Giraffe, you still got your Beast Aura if you find it useful enough to use it often. There's not really many ways you can get around the gauge you kind of need. And the Lord Aura Meditation is just Dragonic Charge Clone, so it's not special. If it was Clear Serenity, it'd be special, but it's not. Either way, even though that was is a deck still recurring problem, it still now has a good pro out of it. It has slightly reliable gauge acceleration. Now, what I mean by this is Lord Aura Meditation and Dimensional Demon Slash are your only two forms of gauge excel, but altogether they can gain you 3 gauge, and your opponent loses a gauge. Now, that's very fucking helpful, especially in a Dungeon World matchup or even other matchups like Ancient World or something. So, it's a really great card. Dimensional Demon Slash, if you don't know, it's pretty much, once you casted it, then you pretty much gain a gauge, your opponent loses a gauge. Simple as that. And Lord Aura Meditation, like I said, Dragonic Charge Clone. These cards are not the greatest in terms of the math you get out of it, but it's still pretty decent. So, these aren't the most reliable, but they are somewhat reliable. Another great thing about the deck is the high damage output. With your new weapon, which I'll go over later, either one of the 2 new weapons, you have a 3-crit weapon. You have 2 3-crit monsters to think of, which are Raging Dragon Zarg and Slashing Dragon Gale Korga. Is it Slashing Dragon? I'm not sure. And another card such as Demon Godo Arc. Gonna go over how good that shit is later. That's a pro in all itself, but let's save that for the counter. Either way, these cards on field just alone will just be an instant 9-crit field, and with Demon Godo Arc's ability, you can't fucking touch their field at all unless you use item destruction, but then they have another card which I'm gonna go over later. Pretty much, this deck has a lot of damage that they can almost get guaranteed each turn. It's still great with the 2 crit cards, because then you can go to 8, or you can get even less, but it's just so good. It's so good. The damage output in this deck is very high. The only card I've ever seen with 1 crit, period, in their deck is their shitty size 0 blue Chase Dragon Garg. Fuck Garg. Either way, this deck is really great in damage output. Another thing it's really great at, because Danger World, high stats. You've got lots of 7,000, 6,000, and 5,000 beaters. The only thing that's not a beater is Gale Korga, and if you're running it, Grassland Dragon Grass Runner. So everything else is a fucking beater. Rahal, 6k. Argrafa, 7k. Demon Go to Arc, 7k. Fucking amazing size 3. Raging Dragon Zagreus, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Has 9,000 power and 8,000 defense and 3 crit. Like, holy fucking shit. This damage and this kind of stats. Oh my god. So good. Another great pro about the deck. Really decent size 3 lineup. You got a really shitty one that can't be link attacked and can't be called to the center, so fuck that thing. You got Gale Khan, which is decent sometimes, but costs 2 gauge and 2 monsters on your field. God, and you thought Armonite Demon was bad when it came to calling him out. But woof. But 10,000 power, 4 crit, and 10,000 defense are something that are really not much to laugh at. And it has the ability King's War, which just blows up every fucking monster on the field. So fuck yeah. Either way, it's a decent card in terms of stats. The way to call it is pretty goddamn stupid. But if you're gonna break a size gap, it doesn't really matter that you're getting rid of 2 monsters, so it's not so bad. But it still costs 2 gauge. But then we've got Raging Dragon Zagreus. Holy fucking shit. This Thunderbird thing is fucking retarded. Like I said before, size 3, 9, 3, 8. Only fucking call restriction. You have to have 4 more different Duel Dragons in the drop. That's it. It's free. There's no add 2 gauge, add 1 gauge, no add 5 gauge, nothing. It's just have this simple requirement. You can call this beast of a card. And then it has an ability. I don't remember the name. But it destroys all monsters on your opponent's side of the field with 2,000 or less defense. I'm sorry, guys. Does that mean all of Darkness Dragon World and mostly Dungeon Mix? Hell yeah. Holy fucking shit, this ability is amazing. It absolutely can wipe boards nowadays, so it is retarded how easy it is to bring this card out. There's no downside to this card at all. Like, how hard is it to get 4 more different Duel Dragons? You run like, what, 12 different ones already in your deck? And that's just like alone the size 1s and 2s. So who the fuck cares? I say run 3 of this bastard. But other than that, this deck also has another great thing that is going to be apparent. Now you can actually protect your fucking cards. I'm so glad they made Demon Slay Barrier. If you didn't remember in Armor Knights, I talked about how there's no way to protect your monsters other than wasting a fucking nullifier. But now, hallelujah, you can fucking save it with Demon Slay Barrier. Demon Slay Barrier, pretty much if you do not have a center, you can save an item, set spell, or monster with this fucking ability. How fucking amazing is that? That is so fucking good. You cannot beat that. You use 1 card for not having a center, which is kind of what they've been doing a theme of for ever since EVO 2 and Set 1. So, pretty much, you just go, bam, here you go, you save your card, and your opponent wasted gauge, life, or something. So, very fucking amazing. Very amazing card. Saves everything you need. So, fantastic card. Now, I'm going to have to get on to the problems of the deck again. I'm going to have to go by 2. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. The deck still has limited fucking nulls. Why, Bushy? All you had to do was make a blue Dragon Shield clone, a green Dragon Shield clone, a flying Dragon Shield clone for all I give a fuck for, even a red Dragon Shield clone without 2 gauge. But no, you gave them a white Dragon Shield. A white shield. Who wants a white shield? No one! No one should want a fucking white shield unless you're Ritter. This is so fucking stupid. They have life gain. They have beast aura. These are pros in themselves. I'm just gonna put that on the counter. Bam! Life gain is already better than what Phoenix Wall provides, so why the fuck did you make Phoenix Wall? Phoenix Wall sucks. Don't run it. Just run the life gain shit. Please. I'm so mad. I'm so mad for them. It's so dumb they got Phoenix Wall. There. I'm sorry I lost my composure, everyone. Now I'm gonna have to lose it again. Piss poor monster removal. Why? Why couldn't you just be nice, Bushy? Seriously. Here's a Dragonic Thunder clone that is so limited. You have to have no center. That's not so bad. You cost a gauge. That's not so bad. And you have to be being attacked. To use a Dragonic Thunder, destroy size 1 or less, if you don't know. What the fuck? Why? Why was it so hard to just literally give them a Dragonic Thunder clone? Very counter removal that can work well. You can do it in the main phase, the fucking battle phase, the draw phase, something. Not just limited to only the battle phase when you're being attacked, when you have no center. That's really fucking stupid. Because then if someone knows that you're probably running that card, they're just going to attack with the size 1 first, bait it out, and then attack with the rest of their cards. Or pretty much. So what the fuck? It just makes you limited. And then even Demon Breaks and Demon Slay Slash. It's like, cool, it works with the power. But as you've been noticing, lots of things are getting more power than defense, especially with Darkness Dragon World. So, pretty much, the power sometimes can be a restriction, even with the new weapon. So, it's not that good. It's pretty much a better version of the Dragonic Thunder clone. You can actually use it in Tangent as a Dragonic Thunder, or even greater, like something like a Death Grip. But in terms of like how much it can destroy, but it just seems so fucking stupid that it's limited to a weapon again, and you didn't make a weapon searcher. Again! I feel bad for Danger World. That's all I have to say. Anyway, amazing weapons. Pros. If you didn't notice, because I kept talking about it. Explosive Axe, 6'3", cost 1 fucking gauge. It's way too stupid. Only restriction, you can't call things to the center. Oh, you mean so I can just use Battle Aura Circle, Demon Slay Barrier, Demon Go to Arc just takes the attacks for me. Cool then. Then we got their better boldly piercing shit. Demonic Spear Swirling Darkness just goes, okay, I have 1 more crit and I cost a gauge. That's so worth it. Please play it. Those are the only 2 weapons you need. His Static Spear is a piece of shit compared to nowadays, because nothing runs things in the center anymore. Not really. Another pro of the deck, Duel Law. Their very signature card. It's not so good, but it's still a pro, if you know what I mean. It's only good with Arc, when you have Battle Spirit Unite with the Axe, or it's only really good when you have the size 3 Zagreus on the field, because he has 8k defense. Holy shit. But pretty much Duel Law, you pay a gauge, and if they have to link attack a Dual Dragon on your field, then it costs them 2 gauge, or they can't touch it. So, pretty cool. It slows down things like Dungeon Mix and Magic World in most parts, and Legend World Heroes. So, it's a really, really, really good card. It's just limited because the only other card that can work with this is pretty much Art Giraffa, but he's removable by Pillar of Fire, and so is Demon Go to Arc, but at least he has Soul Guard, so cannot be walled. Oh man, oh man. I've said it already, they have so much power, so it's almost impossible to wall them. You can't wall them with Seeger because they can just literally link attack you, or they can just use Arc Giraffe base form or Demon Go to Arc and just literally hit your Seeger until you lose that soul. You have to evolve. Then they might have to start link attacking you. Well, if they're already high power, those link attacks will be more than your fucking Dragon Outlaws, and you're gonna have to Raft trigger, and so on and so forth. There's not many things that can wall this. Even Armonite Bahamut cries in a fucking corner because all they have to do is use 2 monsters, even a size 1 and size 2, size 1 and Axe, and bam, that center's gone. You go for damage. So good. And the next pro, Demon Go to Arc. If you don't know, for some reason, if you've been under a rock, this is a really great size 2. 734. Its call cost is pretty fucking retarded. You have to pay 3 gauge, and you have to put it on top of a Dual Dragon monster. So what the fuck? That cost is stupidly high. But it gives you so much shit. Pretty much, Demon Go to Arc, while it's on field, your opponent, by the way, it has Soul Guard, counterattack. By the way, when it's on the field, your opponent cannot attack you. It can't attack your monsters. It can only attack Demon Go to Arc, who has Soul Guard and Counterattack. Counterattack will just pretty much wipe out anything that attacked it. And also, if you put this in tandem with Demon Slay Barrier, Battle Spirit Unite, or something of the sort, or Dual Law, you can absolutely wall your opponent with a size 2 on the left. That's fucking amazing. You can just literally go for as much damage as you want, they can't bother you, and you can just keep going bam, 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 thank you ma'am, I'm just gonna beat you ham. It's way too fucking good how much this card can annoy your opponent, and there's very few ways to deal with it. Also, this card can destroy weapons on whim. If you get attacked by a weapon, discard any card in your hand. Destroy it. What? You mean I can discard a Dual Dragon to get my set fodder for a size 3 or size 1 with 6k power and 3 crit just by discarding a card so I can destroy a very powerful weapon my opponent wants to keep? Yeah, that's really fucking amazing. So, this card pretty much equals the equivalent of a defensive card with really good offensive capabilities, which is so perfect for this fucking deck. Now I have to get on to the last 2 cons. Still limited draw power. What the fuck? Again, Bushy. This was a perfect set to work with how you can fix the deck's problem. All they have is survival chance. You've been making Abyss Symphony and Symbol Gar, which Life Break 6. You know what Life Break is, if I haven't mentioned it in the video already. Life Break pretty much means once you get to that life, you can use a card. It's a term we use in Buddy Fight. So, for example, survival chance is Life Break 5 because it says 5 or less to cast this. Abyss Symphony is Life Break 6 because it says 6 or less to cast this. So, Life Break 5 draw power that you can only use once per turn. What the fuck? Can we please give them more draw power? Could you even put it in a monster? Nope. Not a single monster, spell, or fucking impact or anything got draw power at all. What the fuck? But Demon Go to Art kind of paid up for that, but he's still costly. And last is shitty Spell Null. This is going for all Danger World. If I have to do Danger World again, Hybrid, or Armor Knight Ace, the Spell Null is shit. I keep forgetting, no matter what, that you can't do the same thing with this Spell Null like other Spell Nulls. I'm gonna Link Attack for 9 with anywhere of a Spell Null. I don't know, Legend World, Magic World, or Katana World. Pretty much go Link Attack. Your opponent goes for a Null. You can usually negate it, but not if you're Danger World, because it specifically has restrictions where you can only use it during an attack. You can't even use it on a regular spell. Like if they went for a nice one, you can't just use it on that. You have to it has to be done during a battle or attack or something of the sort. You can't use this. Well, it costs 2 gauge and a life. Now, the life part is not bad. 2 gauge is pretty not bad either. That's usually how all spell nulls cost, except for Sakura Fubuki that costs 2 life and Secret Sword that costs 3 gauge. But nonetheless, what the actual fuck? They can't just give them a spell null. I guess it's because it would make them too good at link attacking because of their high damage output, which I can understand. But seriously, it's shit, though. There's no reason for this card to basically exist. Or you can just leave them the same way they were, because the only thing that's useful for is Drill Bunker, Final Turn, bullshit or something, I don't know. So, that's the pros and cons of Duel Dragons. And my final verdict is, better than Armor Knights, definitely the better deck of Danger World, and it's honestly a really good deck right now, and people should pick it up because they're insanely fucking cheap. I mean, I can literally get a playset of Rahals for less than $10. And I can get a playset of Demon Go to Arcs, even though you usually only run 3. I can get that for like $20. There's not really much money that comes into making this deck. If you can, and you have all these good Dual Dragon cards like Sylphide and Falcon lying around, build a deck. If you can. If your locals has the cards, build it. It's very fucking good. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you guys liked this video. Subscribe to Team Ring Infinity. And comment down below what you want to see in the next episode of Pros and Cons Season 2. See you guys later. Generally going